Louis Saha has proclaimed Andre Onana not to be an upgrade on David De Gea for the moment. Speaking to King Casino Bonus, he said, "From what we've seen from Onana, I wouldn't say he's an upgrade on David De Gea. However, I'd add that Onana only has to upgrade his performances by 20 or 30%. Once he does that, then he'll eliminate his mistakes and start making the saves we all know he can make. Overall, I'd say that Onana is an upgrade on De Gea due to his calmness on the ball. If I look back to last season, I remember United putting tremendous pressure on their own defense from trying to play out from the back, and Onana has the potential to help fix that. We're not seeing that so far, and everyone who loves Man United will obviously know that he's having issues at the moment. As I said before, I still think Onana has the ability to be an upgrade. Meanwhile, Sancho needs to fix mentality before moving elsewhere," says Saha. Louis Saha has claimed Jadon Sancho will have trouble finding a new club unless he fixes his mentality. He told King Casino Bonus, "Nobody disputes the fact that Jadon Sancho is a great talent. However, it's obvious that there is something wrong with his mentality. I am not happy with his communication, and no matter where he goes, he'll have to improve that. Sancho needs to realize it's not always manager's fault, and if Tottenham and Newcastle go for him, they'll have to ask him to change his parameters as they're all wrong at the moment. He has to perform and work hard on the training ground. Nobody should ever doubt a player's commitment. Speculating about where he's going to go, I'm afraid the reality is that he has to fix himself. So, again and again." Louis Saha tells United to sign Mitoma. United icon Louis Saha has told Man United to sign Karu Mitoma from Brighton. Speaking to King Casino Bonus, he said, "I would like to see Mitoma arrive at Old Trafford. He's a very exciting player and he never seems to have any doubt of the ball. He'll bombard defenses with offensive moves all the time, and I love his energy and the way he plays with a smile. Mitoma is great to watch, and his attitude would be perfect for any club. Some players think too much, but Mitoma relies on instinct. You can tell he's worked very hard on the training ground to achieve this, and now he's got to a point where he looks like a natural. Managers know exactly what they're going to get from Mitoma, and he'd be a strong asset to any club. He'd be very exciting at Manchester United as they tend to have wide players who overthink. They play as if every defender is quicker than them, and that's why they don't often dribble or cross as much as they should. They're too worried that they won't get past defenders. They need to be more direct, and the only United forward who possesses that directness is Rasmus Højlund. The other players are thinking too much. Meanwhile, United to trigger extensions for 2 stars. Man United are set to trigger 12-month contract extensions for Victor Lindelof and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. According to ESPN, Wan-Bissaka's resurgence has been key to shifting contract talks in his favor. They will extend the right-back's deal before opening talks over a new long-term deal. The same goes for Lindelof after his extended stint in the team owing to injury managed to convince Erik ten Hag of his future at Old Trafford. On the other side, Raphael Varane's Man United career torn to pieces in scathing review, not done anything. Former France international Raphael Varane has struggled for fitness and form since leaving Spanish giants Real Madrid for English side Manchester United 2 years ago. Tim Sherwood believes Raphael Varane has not done anything since joining Manchester United from Real Madrid in July 2021. United are enduring a tough season under Erik ten Hag. They have already lost 6 games, including home defeats to Brighton, Crystal Palace, and Galatasaray. A late Scott McTominay brace spared their blushes in a 2-1 win against Brentford last Saturday. Signing Varane was viewed as a huge coup for United, but the 30-year-old defender has struggled to play consistently since the transfer. He's been restricted just 51 Premier League appearances and missed the recent win against the Bees. Premier League winner Sherwood believes Varane has to do more if United are to be successful. The France international knows what it takes to win trophies after lifting 4 Champions League trophies with Real in the 2018 World Cup with his country. Basically what they're doing is under ten Hag buying a load of superstars and hoping that they perform, Sherwood told Premier League Productions after the victory against Brentford. They haven't got a clear style play. I don't see any patterns, any structure. Sherwood praised McTominay and fellow Academy graduate Hannibal Medbury for their commitment to the cause, again and again. Harry Maguire has revealed why his transfer to West Ham never materialized. Maguire was the subject of a £30 million bid from the Irons, which was accepted. However, Reports at the time suggested Maguire's payoff was causing the deal to stall before West Ham plugged the plug in their urgent need to bring in fresh faces. But now the 30-year-old has had his own say on the matter. Speaking to the press after reporting to England duty, he said, "Regular game time is really important to me. It has been throughout all my career. The actual opportunity to go to West Ham wasn't really agreed between both clubs and myself, so it wasn't just my chance to say yes, and I'm doing. The actual opportunity wasn't there because we didn't get far enough down the line with it. West Ham are a massive club. My focus is still on Manchester United. I want to fight for my place, but, of course, game time is really important to me." Meanwhile, Rio Ferdinand snubs Cristiano Ronaldo when asked to name Best Man United finisher. Former Manchester United defender Rio Ferdinand had no second thoughts when he was asked to name the most potent finisher he had played with during his time at Old Trafford. Rio Ferdinand has named Ruud van Nistelrooy as the best finisher he played with during his time at Manchester United. Ferdinand, 44, hung up his boots back in 2015, but spent 12 years at Old Trafford after joining the Red Devils from bitter rivals Leeds for £30 million. The defender won 6 Premier League titles and the Champions League before moving on in 2014 and played alongside a whole host of blockbuster names at United. The likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and Wayne Rooney were all part of the United teams that dominated domestically during Ferdinand's career. But it was Van Nistelrooy who got nod when Ferdinand was put on the spot with a question about United's deadliest goal scorers. During an interview with Minute.com, Ferdinand was asked to name the best finisher he played with, and he responded without hesitation. "Ruud for me," he said. "I think all the other strikers he's played with would agree with that as well. Ole is up there. He was a thinking finisher. His finishes were always calm, and he was great at instinctive things, but I have to go with Ruud. He was clinical and the most ruthless finisher I've played with." Van Nistelrooy plundered a remarkable 150 goals in just 219 appearances for Manchester United across. Again and again. Anthony Martial's Man United future is currently being carefully thought over by club chiefs, reports suggest. Martial finds himself down the pecking order up front after the arrival of Rasmus Højlund. A general lack of fitness has also seen him struggle to maintain form, and sequentially a place in the starting 11. Red Devils bosses are now deciding whether to trigger the 12-month extension inserted into his contract, according to ESPN. The report claims United were allowed to let Martial leave last summer, but saw the only suitable bid arrive from Saudi Arabia, which Martial rejected. Meanwhile, Man City have sent the Glazers another reminder of what they've done to Manchester United. Manchester City's home ground will host games in Euro 2028 once the stadium has been redeveloped. But Man UTD were unable to guarantee their ground would be up to scratch in 5 years' time. When European football fans visit Manchester in 2028 for the European Championship, they could stay at the new 400-bed hotel at the Etihad, get a ticket for a game at the stadium, and then head to a concert at the biggest indoor arena in the UK, all on the same site of which City Football Group are the largest stakeholders. By that point, the £300 million redevelopment at the Etihad will have been finished for a couple of years, taking the capacity above 60,000, adding the hotel, a new museum, a skywalk, and a large fan zone.